Thank you, Sitam Woodley, young professionals. Today we are on to money. Next month I'll save. Don't use it as an excuse. If it's money, then make it. How come you are not making money? What do you do with your money? If you don't think about it, then money just happens. Two things by which we judge your success in your corporate journey. First is how high you rise in the corporate ladder. But the second is even more telling. It says, how much money have you made in the process? But if you never achieve wealth, we disregard the climb in the ladder. We say, man, you really wasted your time. Why didn't you use the opportunity? You should go there with a plan. Be bold, be deliberate, be straightforward at this. I've worked here for 17 years and I don't have any money. But wait a minute, did you calculate how much money you have earned since you came on board? What have you been doing with yourself? Did you know that you fund your own employment? If you don't understand the implications of this, you will always remain in debt throughout your career. The day you were employed, nobody gave you any money. Payment on the 31st of that month. Who funded those 30 days? It came from you. You borrowed to make sure that you could get to the end of the month from your mom or your brother or somebody. So how much money did you really make? What you should do is first pay back, and you will see that you started with debt. If you don't work out how to clear that first month's debt, you will be in debt for the second. Plan to eliminate that debt. Deduct the money you have spent from what you have earned. Working capital. Broke permanently? That is your basic arithmetic. You earn the money, you spend it all. You earn the money and you spend it. You are no different from Sisyphus, punished by the gods. Now, the good thing is you are not Sisyphus and you have not been punished by the gods. Understand what is happening to you. This money you're earning, you're supposed to use it productively, not spend it all. The tendency to accumulate wealth is natural. You either do it with money or you do it with assets. Every month, your net worth should increase. If you do certain things like saving and investing and putting money aside, man, I'm not yet that old. My friend, these days you can be let off in 2 years. Have you made progress with those 2 years? How can you hold a job so long and not prosper? Now that sounds like common sense, except that it is not common. Did you know there are poor executives? You can have a job and still be poor. Earn all the money and spend all the money. Technically, you're poor. The only reason why employees do not get rich is that they do not know how to manage money. Rich means that what you earn, you keep, and you create wealth and you multiply. The only way to grow the middle class in Africa is to teach them how to manage money. Money is burning my pocket. It needs to get out. And so when it gets out, I'm broke. It's not how much you earn that makes you rich. It's what you do with what you earn that makes you wealthy. Poor man who saves and creates wealth could actually have a higher net worth than a man who is earning a lot of money and spending it all. They sit at the reception, but they live in their own house, have a small business which they run on the side, sell some tea scones. All the bachelors depend on them to bring in the donuts in the morning. But in terms of wealth, my friend, it's the receptionist who is creating wealth. The absolute value of money is zero. Money doesn't have a value in itself. It's what you are willing to pay for. It's a choice you make. Make a choice to create long-term value. Money is just a medium of exchange. The money itself is not the decision maker. You are the decision maker. Money, like time, once spent cannot be reused. So what you need to do is to make sure you're buying things of long-term value. There are only 4 things you can do with money. Actually, there are 5, but I don't like the 5th one. If you get money, you can give it away. It disappears. And second thing you can do with money is that you can consume it. Is it value adding or not? Third thing you can do is you can save money. I like this one. When you start saving money, it now creates for you capital, purchasing power in your control. Because I have the money, the 4th thing is invest it. But I don't like the 5th one. It's called loans, credit, borrowing, and stuff like that. You know how much of a headache that gets you. Money is really working on you. Let it work for you. Tell me, yes, Alan, I'm actually buying a house. And I'll say, yeah, that's good. That's good. If you're paying that to create wealth, fine. An investment is supposed to appreciate with time. Spend less than you earn. That will help you to accumulate it. Please accumulate some money before we can start talking about what you can do with it. 30% of your income will not get into a life crisis. It's money that's loose. You have money to save and invest. Make your income earn you income. Put it on a project. Why do you think the village teachers are the richest in the village? Because because every month they get a salary, but they take the money, that little money they have, and they put it on the farm, or they go and open a butchery. They are creating wealth within them. Your money is now earning money. Try and get out of debt as quickly as possible. Financial freedom, long-term goals. What do you want to achieve? You are going to live in a house for the rest of your life. If you owned the house, you would not need to pay rent for the rest of your life. Save yourself money from the long term. Determine your personal values, what you will do and what you will not do. If you're going to enjoy the high life or you're not going to enjoy the high life, those are both financial decisions based on your values. There are certain things I will not do, and there are certain things I will do. You can't have your cake and eat it. Create projects. Now, if you have no project, I like people who have projects because they have projects and they don't have money. And this is beautiful because you don't need money to have a project. You need to have the project so that when the money comes in, it goes to the project. Plan for the money before you get it. Treat your money as capital. Budgeting is one thing. Following through is quite another. Make goals for 5 years. By the grace of God, you are alive and you will get money. Where is that money going? That's how intentional I want you to be. It's a contract. They've given you 2 years. Create a budget around that. Financial freedom comes from long-term planning. Budgeting is the heart of the process of, can you live within your means? How many of those items are wealth creating? If your income is in the box, you cannot spend outside the box. He's living within his means. Mr. Red is living beyond his means. 50% is going to expenses. He also decides that he's going to do 20% saving. I'm going to invest 20%. Structure your own budget to reflect your goals. Percentages are not cast in stone. You give me your budget and I can tell where you're going, and I can tell you where you will be in the next 5 years. When I look at Mr. Red, I can tell you in 2 years, his mom will be chasing him out of the house. Budget, plan, and improve it. God has given us time on this earth to make goals, to achieve our dreams, to create wealth, to multiply, to take dominion of the earth. So don't be afraid to plan. At least set life goals for your family, your mission, and yourself. I'm not going to do business cards anymore. I have a vision card. Occupy your time with your life goals, and guess what? Your money also goes there. Alan, why didn't you tell me this before? I said, hey. Now you know. Now you know. Your aim is financial independence. Financial freedom is to ensure you don't owe anybody any money and you have enough for yourself. The best time to start managing your money is yesterday. The next best time is today. Money is not an end in itself. Money is a means to wealth.